y'all, it's Chimdi. So it is about a month since I got my PRK surgery. My official 1 month appointment isn't for a couple of days because of the holiday season. It's been pushed back. So I'm gonna comment below what my actual prescription is, because that's something I was most excited about, is that I'm taking these fish oil pills and doing all this work so that I can ideally get 20/20 vision. It's not a guarantee, but I would obviously quite like it. And so I'll know officially when I go to my eye appointment. But I wanted to go ahead and give you all the 1 month update because I promised that I would. Overall, my vision is great. It was great 7 days after the surgery. And there is still some blurriness because my vision is adjusting, but for the most part, my vision is great. It's super clear. It feels 20/20, maybe 20/25, you know? It's tough because my original vision was so poor that truly 20/40 vision I was fine with. I was like, this is great. Like the fact that I could open my eyes and see, I truly am fine. So I can't tell exactly how great my vision is. And of course, like I said, I'll comment below once I go to my eye appointment and find out for sure. So yeah, walking around day to day, my vision is totally clear. The blurriness is normally in the morning when my eyes are really dry, and also at night when my eyes are really dry. I found that there's a direct correlation to the moisture in my eyes and the clarity of my vision. When times when I've been like openly weeping or like watching something emotional and getting teared up, my vision actually kind of gets clear, and I'm like, oh, interesting. And so as a result, even though I'm not really suffering from dry eyes because PRK and the technology they use kind of eliminates a lot of that dry eye problems, and I didn't have dry eyes before getting the surgery, I didn't really need like additional tear eye drops. But actually, I emailed my doctors after having that experience, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and get some eye drops if you want. And I've actually been using those over the course of my recovery. My night vision is so good. It's so bright. It's so clear. I spent a lot of time thinking, do most people just, people are seeing like this all the time, every day? Because I feel like now that I can see like this, I just want to stare at the sky. I just want to stare at the sky forever. Just want to peer out into nature. I can't believe people just walk around having vision that looks this good. It's so great. I think it's partly because of the laser that I got and where we are in the technology. So that like night halos and night blurs, I don't really have any of that. It's just super clear, super bright. It's really, really great. But I must say, even though I have those moments still of like, whoa, holy crap, I'm really seeing with my own eyes, it is interesting how quickly we just adapt and move on. Because that's what's happened to me. I've just like moved on with my life, and I just live my life normally, not having to, you know, take contact lenses out or put them in the morning or night. I just kind of get up and start my day, and I'm always just like, wow, I just am starting my day, just moving on. But after a couple of weeks, I just get used to it and kind of it just becomes this normal thing. And it makes me think a lot about like disability and how a lot of being disabled is around, not that I really know, because I think contact lenses is different compared to other types of disability, but you know, it's all about like how much work do you have to do to like just go about living your normal life. And once you no longer have to worry about contacts, it just recedes completely to the back of your mind, and so you get to just do things and have activities and just not think about it. I think that's been the biggest difference, is how many things I do, and now I just don't think about my contact lenses or glasses in a way that I would have had to before. So for instance, doing yoga, I have to choose, okay, am I going to take my glasses off and just kind of like squint at the screen, or am I going to put my contacts on truly for like this hour so I can do this yoga class and then take it out? Because, you know, I could wear like contact lenses all day, but there's just like no point really. So I'm like, oh, am I gonna like use this contact lens solution and do all of this just so I can have this one yoga class? Same thing with like, I took a choreography class. I made a video about it, check it out. Normally I would think, okay, well, I'm going out, so do I have to wear contact lenses? Don't wanna wear glasses. And it's just a whole train of thought that just is immediately eliminated out. And that's what's nice, is there's a whole chunk of emotional energy that went into this constant thing that, you know, it's annoying, but it's not so annoying that you really are stressing about it. Like I did it for 30 years, right? But now I just don't have to think about it at all. And the thing I'm most excited about, I haven't even gotten to do yet, which is to go swimming. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the very first time that I go underwater and I open my eyes and I see what it's like. I've worn contact lenses when I've been underwater before, but part of me has always been worried that like a contact lens could just like go floating out. And I know with some water sports, you know, the waves can just knock you so crazy that you do have contact lenses to get like knocked out of your face. I don't know how common it is, and I wasn't like worried about it, like, but it was like a thought in the back of my head. So I'm just so excited this is another thought that I will no longer need to have in the back of my head. Okay, let's talk about some of the slightly annoying things with the surgery. So for the most part, it's been great. It's truly not a problem, but there are some things that are new to my life that I didn't have to worry about before I got the surgery. The main one is the volume of pills that I have to take. I was advised to take fish oil pills, so I take these 3 pretty good sized pills every day, and I started doing that a few weeks before I even had the surgery, and I have this nice sized bottle that I'm gonna have to work my way down that as a part of my healing. The other thing is actually vitamin C. I started off taking the vitamin C pills, and then I was like, why would I do this to myself? So I just got the gummies, which is basically candy, so that's fine. But in the beginning, I was taking those 3 pills for fish oil, the 2 pills for vitamin C, and then once you get the surgery, you take an additional 2 pills every day just to kind of help with your eye healing and reduce, I think it's like reducing swelling and stuff. Maybe it's for pain, I don't know. But so there was a point where I was taking 7 pills a day, and I was like, as someone who basically only ever took pills before when it was like cramping and that kind of thing, and so I associate taking pills with like deep abdominal pain, right? So the fact that I have to now daily take so many pills was like not my favorite thing. But the pills you take for your eye surgery that are specific, those medicated ones, that was for like a week. And then, like I said, I'm doing vitamin C gummies instead of pills, so that's fine. And fish oil apparently is good for you in general, like it's good for your heart and stuff. So part of me is like, it's probably a good thing that I'm taking these pills anyway. But I must say, as a woman who has recently turned 30, I know it's crazy, I don't look it. I made a whole video about it, go ahead and watch it, it's great. But it makes me kind of feel my age because I'm like this like old lady popping a bunch of pills in order to stay healthy. So that's not great. The other thing I have to do is take a bunch of eye drops. So in the beginning, there was a set of pills that I would take 4 times a day, and I took that for, I think it was a week, and then I switched over to a different set of eye drops, and I've now been taking those from 4 times to 3 times to 2 times to 1 time a day. Right now, I'm like on my last day of 3 times a day, which means next week, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be just taking them twice a day. And you know, it's eye drops, it's truly not a big deal at all. The only thing is just making sure you kind of keep track and take notes of it. I didn't set an alarm, that probably would have been pretty helpful, but I was pretty good about taking them. I think there was only 1 day where I like might have missed 1 drop. Really quick, back to the pills. So I was given like 9 Percocets. I've never taken a Percocet before. I only know Percocet because of the Future song that we all know and love about Molly and Percocet. And I wish I was the kind of person who could take opioids for fun, and I am not. So I think I'm gonna end up throwing away those Percocets. And I'm so sad because I'm like, man, that could have been a whole music video. But it's okay, it's for the best. Man, I wish I was unscrupulous enough to sell my Percocets, but I genuinely am not. I'm gonna throw them away. But it's a real shame. The eye drops have really accentuated for me one of my favorite things about having this eye surgery, which is that I never have to touch my eyeballs anymore. I talked about this in my other video. I didn't realize how much I was touching my eyeballs, and I used to get these like little bumps on the like ridge of my eyelid, which I think comes from buildups of like oil and like excess like dirt maybe, I'm not sure. Because, you know, of course I would take my contact lenses in and out and I would wash my hands and all that, but you're still just regularly touching your eyeballs. Not doing that is so great, and those bumps have completely gone away now that I'm not regularly touching my eyeballs. And to that point about contact lenses, a lot of folks are scared about getting eye surgery because they're like, oh, what if I go blind? And you actually have a higher chance of going blind from your contact lenses because no one's ever gone blind in America from laser eye surgery. So something to keep in mind if that's one of the excuses you're using to not get the surgery. But beyond being able to just wake up and see and walk around and see and leave my house and I have to worry about if I'm gonna wear contact lenses or glasses and go to bed and see, which is amazing. The biggest thing that I really appreciated about having gone through this experience is that it's given me a concrete example of how good life can be when you let go of fear and when you step out on faith. I talk about this a little bit in my last video about, you know, having a little bit of fear going into the surgery, but knowing I'd be okay, and actually getting the surgery, and how there truly was such little, there was so little to be worried about. It's given me this bravery and this courage to actually step out on faith more, and it just kind of reminds me how a lot of us stay in situations that we're in because we're scared of leaving. It could be in relationships, in jobs, in cities, in just circumstances and situations where we know it's not right, we think it can be better, but we're just too scared to actually take that leap and step out on faith and see. And having done this experience with my vision and being reminded literally every time I open my eyes how good life can be when you step out on faith, it just makes me want to do it all the time. It's giving me this extra bravery and this extra courage, and I already see the way it's like rippling out into other areas of my life, and I'm just really, really grateful for that. And just, you know, we gotta bring it to Jesus as we always do. I am just so, so grateful and so, so blessed that I had the resources and I had the opportunity to do this surgery. There probably are some folks watching who want this surgery, and truly the only thing that's holding them back is fear. And I just wanna say, like, if you're in a position where you have enough money where you can afford the surgery, you have a job where you can take off a day or two to like fully rest and recover. You have a friend who you trust enough and you know is reliable enough that you can reach out to them and they will come pick you up from the doctor's office. If you have all of those things, you are incredibly, incredibly blessed. So I hope you just take a moment and step back and realize that. And there is a luxury in the fact that the only thing you actually need to be worried about is getting over your own fear. Other people would love to have the surgery and they can't afford it. They don't have any friends. They don't have any money. This is sad. This is not what I wanted to say. I just want to say, just be grateful that you have the luxury of sitting back and pondering and researching YouTube videos. Like, will I get it? Will I be okay? Like, you are already doing better than so many people to be able to get an elective surgery at all. So just appreciate that, whether or not you get the surgery or not. Like, you're doing pretty good for yourself. So just be grateful. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. Go ahead and give it a like if it was helpful. I'm thinking about doing another update. 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, I'm not quite sure. So let me know in the comments if there's a particular time you want to be updated and if you have any specific questions that you would like me to answer. Folks have been leaving me really great comments and I've been able to like have a great dialogue with them. So let me know if there's anything you want to chat about in terms of this PRK surgery or anything else really. We inside, I ain't got nowhere to be. Go ahead and subscribe so that whenever I do upload that video, you don't have to worry about it. You can get that alert when it comes up. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.